Yeah, I don't know, Mr. Elfman. Like, let's take it easy. I think .NET Core is fine. And the fact that it runs on Linux should be something you should actually be really stoked on. Right? No longer being locked to Windows. Are there things that could be better? Absolutely. I think the big issue is just versioning, right? Is it .NET Core, .NET Standard, whatever, right? That gets confusing. Sure. But there is a lot of nuance missing from your statement. Yeah, versioning is a problem, right? But your main statement was overly harsh. And yeah, how's it going, Nelson? Oh, this is good. Oh, my bot crashed. Waiting for file changes before starting? That's not what you're there for. Okay. We installed NodeMon. Hold on, let me look this up real quick. Okay, hold on. Let me fix this. Sorry. I thought NodeMon would fix this. I could use PM2. That's another option, but I just don't want to like refactor it. So instead, we'll add the dash X. And wait, hold on. Let me double check it works without actually starting a loop. Oh. Hold on. Okay. What do you mean? For what part? Like the dev machine is a Mac Mini. Then let me just update this script over here. All right. Hold on. Oh, PNPM. All right, so we're still getting TS node is undefined. If I just do this part. What the God, Windows is so annoying. All right, hold on. So we'll switch to what? PM2? Yeah, I just need it to restart the command when it crashes. Aha, so we can do that. Okay, so in here, pnpm add, oh, yeah, add PM2. Yeah, we're not doing a dist build. Oh, we do. Um, all right, so then PM2 help. Oh, PNPX PM2 help. Okay. Yeah, so that's the way we could do that. It's gonna be mostly TypeScript today. This is just for a script that runs on my Windows machine. However, NodeMon is really annoying because I'm not looking for file changes. I just want it to restart the script when it crashes. So PM2 is the right way to do that. Because it's a Windows machine, I can't use what's the name? Systemd. I can't use Systemd. What's up, Code Drift? How you doing? It's going well. How about you, Slactor? Rate limit SQL hell. Ooh. Yeah, this is my first time playing this playlist. I kind of like it. Okay, so on Windows, PNPM is telling me it cannot find PM2. So deal with it. Oh, wrong place. 1 second. All right, there we go. Whatever, good enough. Takes a little longer to start. Wait, what? Oh, and it's because it got turned into that? Oh, what? Whatever, okay. I'm just gonna fix it over here and then fix it over there, but now we should do this the right way. What is doing fine? Oh, Walter White from yeah, Breaking Bad. Sorry, took me a second. I never actually watched that show. Don't judge me. Okay, cool. So let's double check that's actually working. Does the songbot still work? It does. All right, cool. So now I shouldn't have to actually do that until we reboot the machine again. And I bet there's even a way to create like a startup script to have that always cook. Like, so yeah, I don't know. You have to watch it in bits and pieces. And what's up, James? There was a... Hold on. You're not the musician, James Fight. Something Fight. Tim Fight. Okay. Yeah, just double checking. Took me a second. Is it? I think you're bullshitting me. I think you're bullshitting me. All right, so hold on. Let me double check. So it's been a hot minute since you've had to do an update with a returning clause. Pretty sure you ejected most of this knowledge from your brain a few years ago. Ah, yeah, man. Yep. Like some of that, like really esoteric, like SQL stuff. I don't use. Like I'm not using SQL right now, so yeah. But yes, a lot of the stuff I'm doing with Dynamo isn't as efficient as it could be. I'm okay with it. It's about trade-offs. All right, so we fixed that. We'll call that good. On to some Waltr stuff. So our plan with Waltr for today is we ended up getting a basic, like a really basic user settings page where they can only change their name, which is fine. I'm okay with that. The next bit after that, so I don't think, like, let me double check this. Right, the patch user request schema. It's just name. Oh, and most recent business ID, but that's not something that they'll be able to change directly. That's, yeah, a separate thing. Okay. So I like that. If the user, ends up sniffing the API and understanding that they can do that, that's on them. All right. So yeah, we need to do some loading state stuff. And disabled values changed or is saving. And yeah, I'm using Yotai. Yep. So I have to hold the Dynamo JSON in my brain? A little bit. Like I have an ORM to help me craft the actual like JSON payloads for Dynamo. So I don't actually have to maintain what the Dynamo query structure is until I need to go and like change something. All right, and this wasn't actually submitting something, so we do that. Then this is user service, update user. We can decide not to duplicate that bit. We'll comment out the show notification part. And we'll do a dot finally. And yeah, I really like Yotai for state management. Yep, Zustand's good too. And then there's the other one, Valtio. They're all made by the same people. So Zustand, Valtio, and Yotai are made by all the same people. Zustand is especially nice when you are on a team and you need like a really like patterned way of doing things. Whereas if you're doing a solo project, Yotai is really nice. But teaching people the whole derived state thing of Yotai is a little trickier. Whereas most people are familiar with the redux pattern of Zustand. And then Valtio, it's proxy based like signal type logic. I just don't like proxies. I think they're really like a cool idea, but the developer experience is bad. Just because if you were to make the mistake of having the proxy be the thing that you put as your like use effect dependency, surprise, now you have an endless loop. So yeah, I don't like that part. But yeah, little fun fact, Zustand, Valtio, and Yotai are just words in their respective languages for the word state. So Yotai is Japanese, Zustand, I believe, is German, and Valtio, Italian? Had to stay. What language is that one? Finnish. All right, there we go. Finnish. Oh, there you go. Pig Latin. Yeah, touche. That's fine. I'm American. That's what we're good at. Okay, so one thing that we're going to have as a slight thing, right? We do John Bon Jovi 2. We click save. Did I forget to save over here? No, that looks right. Ah, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We didn't have a valid token. Oh, this music's good. Oh, and yeah, I didn't want to do that. Whoops. Hold on. It sounds really familiar to me. This is like a common blues song, isn't it? Oh, yeah, I know what happened. So that's a bug with our... Yeah, it's a bug with the different things. That was that one. This is the one that we actually want to use. Like a classy elevator. Hence the background that we have in our editor. Boom, nailed it. This is definitely the music you would hear in this endless elevator. All right, here we go. Two-factor auth. Hey, and we're logged in. All right, so now we can go to user settings, John Bon Jovi 2. All right, hold on. I messed something up with that form. And we do see it up here. That's what you hear when you're waiting for a huddle. Ooh, I haven't done that for a while. Interesting. Yeah, so we got just a quick loading bug here. This is not user ID. Actually, yeah, all that's just wrong. What we want to do here is right, so that should allow us to do a full refresh. Yeah. All right. Yeah, it was just a state management thing, right? The yotai atom that is being loaded from local storage here is actually like after the first render on the page. So that can be a little annoying, right? Because local storage takes some time to load. But okay. So clicking the button is not working. Okay. So then if it is successful, what we want to do is technically we're doing user. But we can just do that. Wait, okay, now I need to look at the yotai docs. Yeah, exactly. Oh, so that's flawed. I think that's BS. All right. Whatever. So the basic thing is I want to see that update at the top there. So yeah, we got 42. Boom. All right. Yeah. So pretty simple. Not much else to change for a user at the moment. We might do like a profile image at some point, but I'd say that's post MVP. User settings will eventually have some other stuff. Might want to look into something called Legend State. So Skia, I've heard of Legend State before. I'm just not a big fan of anything proxy-based, and Legend State is proxy-based. I know it's like really fast and all that jazz. Speed is not worth the developer experience of dealing with like proxy foot guns, in my opinion. Especially if you're on a team. And Skia, hold on. Was that your comment the other day when we were doing like the form update thing? Right? Like when the form wasn't updating properly or whatever? Or like the search wasn't clearing properly? Okay, yeah. So I'm not sure if you were actually around, but we weren't able to continue to use the ID that way. We had to actually do basically what you were saying. I didn't increment a number. I just did like the timestamp. But yeah, we ended up having to do the timestamp because the value being the key was breaking things in like a really specific way, and I forget how now. But yeah, we basically had to go, instead of using the value, we actually had to create like an ephemeral value. And I just used timestamp instead of like a number that I increment. But basically the same hack. There was like a subtle bug we ran into when that value like just wasn't changing for some reason. And I totally forgot the reason. But yeah, just figured I'd let you know. You were right. We needed to have something that we actually controlled rather than just the value of the form. God, what was that bug though? Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, Valigo. Yeah, the peppers, they're less useful. In some other places, it's more useful. Let me see if I can find a good example. Yeah, here, so we're getting it twice, because again, we've got some bugs in there that are annoying. But basically, we can see what these things are. And, oh, that might be because we have, hold on, let me just check one thing. I think the spice, one of those is coming from JSTS biscuits, and the other is coming from assorted biscuits. So let me just disable for now. And then we got to restart. Now it does look like just JSTS biscuits. All right, never mind. So for some reason, our extension that we made, JSTS biscuits here, it's doubling up on the annotation, which is annoying. But that annotation is just, you know, when you're in like a larger chunk of code, you don't always get VS Code giving you this like nice sticky part up top. Like it falls down in some cases. So then instead, we can like annotate that bracket without you having to scroll up for it. This is a bad example because these are small, but you can definitely like recognize that there are places where that would be really useful. When we're doing it with HTML, well, yeah, here, this group, we can actually annotate the class name, and that's HTML biscuits. So yeah, I don't know. We made a few things. HTML biscuits is probably the best one. Because I don't know if you've worked on projects in the past where some dev, like, you know, you got a bunch of divs in here, and some dev gets cheeky and goes, right? Like this hack, which I don't even think works in JSX, but like, you know, foo class or whatever, right? Yeah, anyone ever like annotating that, it becomes out of date very quickly and people forget to update it. So instead it's ephemeral and it's calculated on the fly. Less useful for Tailwind, but you know, you could always give it a semantic class name like submit button group or whatever. And then bam, you got that annotation at the beginning so you can recognize it. So when you get into like that div soup, I think it becomes useful. But yeah, HTML biscuits. Oh, we're so close to 12,000 installs. We're 15 away. Pretty proud of that. And then, yeah, if you end up using other languages, there's assorted biscuits as well. And assorted biscuits is at 2,000 installs, which is pretty cool. There you go. It is a pretty nice VS Code. Yeah. And if you're not a VS Code user, I also made NeoVim biscuits just for fun. So then, yeah, we can annotate Go code. And yes, I'm a VS Code user, but I also gave a talk about building this plugin at NeoVimConf. It was awesome. Fun fact, I built the NeoVim plugin in VS Code, and modifying my NeoVim config to test things I did with Nano. Because why not? That's just good old-fashioned fun. But okay, so I'd say this page is good to go. I probably did. I think it's recorded. Maybe it's 2021. I wonder if this domain even resolves anymore. I know they've got it on their YouTube. I think it might have been 2021. Yep. Yeah, so here you go. I did make the joke that I had the better hoodie because it's the tuxedo hoodie. Right? Because Prime was like big on like the black hoodie thing. So yeah, that was a fun talk. Ooh, is it going to summarize it for us? We don't see VS Code in here. Throughout the presentation, Griffin engages with humor and shares his experiences, such as creating code biscuits. Man, this is a good description. It's an awesome site. If you need to summarize a YouTube video because you're too lazy to watch it, I recommend it. Yes, I have done that for a bunch of Theo and the Primogens videos because I just don't watch YouTube videos that much. But every once in a while, it's like, oh, they're talking about something I'm interested in. Summarize it for me. $20? Ain't nobody got time for that. Yeah, like pretty regular basis on my standard news crawling. I'd rather scan a blog post, personally, in almost every case. So I can't change it anymore there, Snowly. Basically, everything in my chat overlay there is frozen in time. Because we had a hard drive crash. But you know what? You know what? For questioning things, now you guys are on Windows. Just wait for it. Wait for it to update right here. Boom. There you go. That's what you get. How about that? Now you're over on Windows. Deal with it. I know. I'm kidding. I'm just having fun. Yep. Fake Windows. Hacks. Yeah, exactly. What if I actually did have the 2 slashes there, but one of them's just escaping the 1 slash? That'd be a pretty funny bug. Right? Like I did it right, but instead I'm just escaping the slash. That's entirely possible, actually. Yeah, no worries, Slacker. Have a good night. We're getting work done slowly. You know, we had a day off yesterday. I played a lot of PoE too. My shouty barbarian is pretty fun to play, actually. There you go, Valago. Yeah. Sounds about right. As is tradition. But I will say, it's basically 5 o'clock. I do need to use the restroom and pour some more water, and we can get ourselves into a beverage. So I'll be right back. Give me a second. Okay, I'm back. Let me pour some more water first. And then, yeah, we are scraping the bottle of the barrel here. We got plenty. Yeah, there's no way I'm drinking all that today. Does mean I need to go to the grocery store here at some point. Don't necessarily need to get to Costco yet, though. Okay, it's a 45er. McFarland's Reserve. It's pretty good. 12-year-old straight bourbon whiskey finished in Cabernet Sauvignon barrels. Yeah, it's not a bad one. This one was a gift. Like 6 or 7 months ago, too. So, yeah, I'm pretty pumped to let a whiskey bottle last that long. And yeah, we're going to mix some lemonade into it. Ooh, an Islay. Or Isla, or whatever. I think that's how you say it, Isla. Some things are more fun to pronounce wrong. I have tried some Japanese whiskey. Yeah. Um, I've had the Hibiki and the Suntory Toki. And then I know I've had some other one. Because, yeah, my friend Bedtime Bear, that's what he goes by here on Twitch. I don't know if I want to dox his real name. I think he says it on his stream too, but whatever. He's had me try a couple others as well. Yeah, I would say it's not my favorite. A lot of the Japanese whiskeys end up being a little more corn heavy than wheat, like as far as their mash goes. And I'm not a big fan of like that moonshine, like corn heavy flavor. Akashi? Oh, is Akashi like a brand? Yeah, I feel like maybe I've had one or two Akashis. The majority is like Suntory, though, of like the ones I've had. We got any football fans out there? How bummed are you that it's the Chiefs versus the Eagles again? It's starting to feel a little bit like some kayfabe, right? Where like the refs are like trying to push a narrative with some of their calls. Right? It's starting to feel like WWF. Or WWE, whatever you call it now. All right, so the thing we want to do now, we got this like BS-y part here. Okay, we're not quite done with this. We can do left section. Does Mantine have a spinner for us, or do I need to bring in one separately? And yeah, Suntory Hibiki. I think I've had that one. I know I've had Suntory Toki, and then Hibiki I've had maybe just like on a recommendation. Oh, so I don't even need to hack the left section. I can just say loading. Perfect. That's way better. Yeah, that works. And we might as well get the notifications going. All right, so we definitely have the notifications provider. Let's double check it. Back in my snowboard days, I had some friends that made music like this. I was sitting there at one of their like concerts at a bar, hanging out, chatting with another friend. And I definitely have like the kind of hearing where like I can hear most things as long as there's not a lot of like other stuff going on. But inside of like a bar where like a loud band is playing or any of that, I don't hear that well. Right? Like in a busy restaurant, I just don't seem to hear that well because it all like mixes and muddles together. A friend said, it sounds like Weather Channel music. And I replied, yeah, it is a bit generic. I thought they said it sounds generic. I'm like, I don't know. Sorry. Whoops. I could tell the look on their face immediately that I heard them wrong, though. Like, immediately, I was like, oh, wait, hold on. Let me replay that back. I saw their lips move. Yeah, that's not what they said. Weather Channel music. Yeah, I rely on lip reading quite a bit in, like, busy situations. Yeah, is there a name for that? Yep. Auditory processing disorder. So it's about how my brain interprets these sounds all mixing together. Ooh, they call it hierarchical hearing? Hmm. Yeah, I have trouble with that. Same problem happened when we were at a busy restaurant the other night. Um, I was trying to get a whiskey. There's a lot of shit going on, and the waiter said something, and I was like, yeah, sure. He was asking if we wanted a round of shots. No, we didn't. But we ended up getting a round of shots, which meant I had 3 that I sipped on very slowly. I made them last the entire hour and a half we were there for sure. It was actually not a bad idea. It was like the perfect buzz. Because we were eating hot pot. And it was also one of those things where like I eat 1 meal a day. So I can pack the food in. So as the other people were finished, I got to eat the rest of the meats. It was good. It was good. And it was getting to the point where like you see it starting to sweat. So you're like, okay, no, someone's got to eat this shit. We're not letting it go bad. None of this animal goes to waste. But yeah, hot pot. It was my first time eating hot pot, and I quite liked it. All right, so yeah, the notification thing. That's what we're doing. Oh, I closed Mantine too early. Show, not show notification. Title message color. Title message. Okay, yeah. So we're good there. Right? It's not a great experience because we're not telling them why. But I'll call that good enough. We didn't see the notification, though. Ah, that would be why. All right, cool. I will call that good. And yeah, we should start getting those notifications like all over the place. Oh, wow, I have 0 meetings tomorrow. I do need to be up by around 10, though, to make sure we get something like shipped off. Let me double check this real quick. This is important. That's not the right spot. All right, that's about right. All right, so today clear, tomorrow sunny, sunny, sunny. Oh my god, sunny. Snow starting Thursday. Why does it only snow on the weekends? And yeah, air stagnation. Could be a good day tomorrow, actually. I doubt I'm getting to sleep at a reasonable enough hour to go snowboard tomorrow, though. I gotta wake up at like 6 a.m. Tomorrow, probably not a big deal. Tomorrow, I could wake up at like 7 or 8, get there, ride for a couple hours, and then head home because it'll just be a sunny day. Like, whatever. I could go shred some park. I haven't ridden much park in the past like few years though, so I had to be careful there. I might have heard a little bit about the fire problem. Yeah, exactly, Ramu. So yeah, some rain sounds good. Honestly, if it was raining up at Stevens Pass, I'd actually be more stoked to go ride a rain day at Stevens Pass than like a sunny day. You just get yourself a rain slicker. That's some of the softest, most fun snowboarding you'll ever have because it's like warm enough to be raining, so it's not that cold. Right? You do need like a good like rubber rain slicker, like heavy duty enough. But man, like the snow is so soft, it becomes basically like spring slush. Some of the best days have been rain days. All right, so this music's good. I think it's a bit much. Let's get some synthwave going. We can't sit in that elevator all day. All right, so we'll figure out other pages that we need to get the notifications going on. We do need to get a settings page going, and we'll eventually need a settings log page too. We do have a settings page that we have completely commented out. Oh, this is the page that we had the Chrome is evil form on. I don't remember the exact use case for this though. Yeah, we've got a little too much on this page. Like stuff that we might not need. Yeah, we'll get rid of that. God, we got just so much like junk in here that yeah, we're gonna like end up gutting everything. I'd almost rather just start from scratch. Yeah, no, we're gonna start from scratch. All right, so we get this settings page. All right, let's do our totally designer level scaffolding here. All right, so we've got the page, we've got the header and the sidebar, right? We'll ignore those. And then the main part we care about is over here. We're going to have, sure, the title. We're going to have a section for business settings themselves, which will probably be, you know, business settings, some field. I don't know what other field we'd have there, whatever. And then we'll have another section for user management, right? So each one of these is like a subsection, which will need a title, but it'll be within like the bigger card. Or we could do individual cards. I think that gets tricky because we still want like a page title, right? Yeah, so the full page card. No, payment providers is wrong. Branding settings. Oh, branding might be a thing. Billing, we don't care. What do you mean by that, Saber? Is that like a facetious, like, what the hell? As in, like, this amazing design philosophy I have of just wireframing things and then moving on? Or are you saying, like, how am I doing something like the heading stuff and some of that stuff, right? Like, what is your comment in relation to? All right, so coding is difficult and streaming is difficult. You can barely code and see people out here consistently doing both so eloquently you feel like a clown. Well, I've got 6+ years, like 6.5 years at doing the streaming thing. I've also got more than that doing the coding thing. So I would say Fox term, right? There is a quote, comparison is the thief of joy. However, without comparison, we'll never strive to be better. So at some point, recognize where I am is not where you are in like the story of your life, of your career, etc. But also, there are things to strive for. I don't know if this is it, but yeah. Just remember that no matter what, if you want to get better, it takes effort. Nobody starts out the perfect streamer or the perfect coder. Doesn't exist. Never happened. Not a single time ever in life. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Sahil. Yeah. Some people just get a head start of millions of dollars. Right? There's that quote like, when I started Renum Industries, I started with nothing but an idea, some blah, 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 and a couple £1,000,000 from my father. Like, yeah, it's super good. I started with nothing. Just the clothes on my back, an idea, and a couple £1,000,000 from my father. Some people do start with a head start, and they still suck at what they do. Elon Musk. Right? He pays for a head start in PoE 2, but you watch him play PoE 2, and boy, he sucks. Boy, he sucks. So the head start is actually like a hindrance. If he had actually played through the game, he'd be way better than he is. So the Head Start is actually a problem. It means that basically no one tells him no because he's a little rich kid. So yeah, the Head Start is actually a problem, like, socially for him, too. It's why generational wealth rarely lasts more than 3 generations. You got spoiled rich kids not recognizing what it takes to get there. All right, so we need some things. I don't think we need the user. Ooh, you're not wrong. Yeah, it's like the montage song. Right? When they're like going through the fights, right? You could totally put like Kumite, Kumite, Kumite over it. Like, boom, nailed it. Or maybe like the flashback scenes. Ah, you're thinking about the flashback scenes, right? When he's like training. It's a little too fast tempo for those, but if they slowed down the tempo just slightly, boom, it's the flashback scene song. For sure, Foxturn. Yeah. I love the movie Bloodsport. I also love how that movie is based upon a pathological liar. Frank Dukes never did any of that shit. He is a pathological liar that convinced people to make a movie about his life story that he just made up. It's fucking hilarious. Oh, that shit's so good to me. Just pathological liar. Yeah, exactly. It's just funny. The fact that he made up the idea of the dim mock and like all that bullshit, like for the movie, like, he's really creative. He could have just been a writer in Hollywood. Right? He could have put that creativity to work. Bolo Young is a really good villain. Yeah, he's great. Because, yeah, like, he only has like 2 or 3 lines in the entire film, but you get this entire like scope of the character he's playing, who's just super vain, like, right? Like he's just making the face, waving his arms, like, yeah, this is the dude that's just getting off on the fucking, being the best, like everyone like looking up to him and cheering his name, like just, yeah, megalomaniac with only 3 lines of dialogue. It's crazy. Brick not hit back. You know, like, oh man. Love that movie. What is 100 devs? 100 devs, well, we've got a link for you. 100 devs is a community that Leon Noel runs and operates. Some of the people that don't stream as much anymore, but when they do, it's always awesome. Leah T. Codes, I believe Madeline Patience. I think that's how you pronounce your name. There's a bunch of people that got their start in 100 devs and streamed their learning process here on Twitch, and now they're like employed software devs. They're like the tip top of the people putting in the effort. There are other people in 100 devs that have put in the effort too. The coolest thing is like Leon Noel is basically a rock star to these people. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I know him that well, right? But he's a very like personable person. Like when we chat, it's as if we know each other well, right? Because he's that like much of a people person. But anyway, like walking with him at Render ATL, every 10 feet, you get someone stopping him and saying like, oh my God, dude, you're an inspiration. Like you are my entire reason for being a dev. Like you helped me so much. Blah. Like he gets that every 10 feet that he walks because he's actually that influential and that impactful. He's really good. So yeah, if you are trying to get into tech and you're still like early career, you could get into 100 devs, not as necessarily just like starting at the bottom and, you know, whatever. You can help mentor and bring other people up with you, right? Because by explaining things, you get better at it too. And it's really just a good community of helping each other out, getting each other that job. Now, he used to do it as like a boot camp thing where he would stream the classes and all that stuff. He'd get like 5,000 people watching him because he's that good, right? And that's how I know him, from streaming. Like during COVID, he was running 100 devs remotely, and he raided in here like once or twice. He raided everyone a bunch of times once or twice. But yeah, it's just really cool. Like he is one of the most like legitimate human beings I can think of that's like in the limelight for tech. You're talking about 100 Thieves? I don't know anything about 100 Thieves. I'm pretty sure like Chow Codes has some kind of affiliation with them. I don't know. I don't watch any Valorant. I don't watch any of that stuff. Does 100 Thieves have a League of Legends team at this point? I wouldn't put it past them. I don't watch any of the esports stuff anymore, really. I barely even watch snowboarding stuff anymore. If I ever make a crazy amount of money, I would actually pay to like sponsor people going to the summer camps for snowboarding stuff. Back in like the mid 2000s, it was like $2,000 for like 10 days of High Cascade snowboard camp. If you end up getting rich enough, $2,000 ain't shit. Like, yeah, you could sponsor 5 people a session and not even like blink at it. Right? Like you'd make that back in interest on your investments or whatever, right? So yeah, I'd love to give back in that way at some point. I think that'd be cool. Oh, it's super fun. It's the best. It really is. All right, so we got our business settings in here. What we end up needing to do is what we need to do here is have a separate value. And yeah, this is going to get a little gross with how we do our form management because we're not using a proper form library yet. We could, but I'll just do it as state for the moment. The counter thing is a plugin called Power Mode. Oh, hold on. There we go. So it does the counter. It also does like, yeah, as I type, you see like the much logic, so technology, OMG, such programmer, such code. That is also Power Mode. It's just a very specific, like, custom setting list that I got going there. You could have it do fireworks. You could have it do like all sorts of stuff. I just think like the much coded such wow, like, you know, the Doge thing is kind of fun. Because why not? Kill streaks in Diablo 3? Diablo 3 had kill streaks? I don't remember that at all. Sounds cool. Have you gotten into Path of Exile? Yeah. I don't give a shit about Dogecoin. I don't care. Yeah, Doge exists before Elon got his grubby mitts on it. You can't get into PoE 2? Interesting. I'm curious, like, what builds have you tried? And maybe it's because you've played enough PoE 1 that it feels basically the same, huh? Right? Like, is that basically it? Because I doubt they actually did much different, you know? That could totally be it. I would say, Shakabra, check out some of the other ones that might be fun instead, because the caster thing, I would say Stormweaver and Infernal Minion Army are actually, like, meh. I actually think those are, like, the least fun. Build yourself a warrior. It's kind of fun. Or maybe, like, maybe the monk? Or maybe wait. No, it's not, though. Oh, my God. Hold on. There is a shouty warrior build that's actually super easy. And because most early game damage is actually physical, stacking armor is a legit strat. So yeah, like, my warrior is the tankiest thing I've got. Like, oh my God, it's so good. Like, my my sorceress and my witch get deleted with just a couple missteps. With my warrior, I can basically like look at chat for like 30 seconds before I hop back over, and it's fine. So I don't know. Hold on. It's max roll. PoE2. And yeah, what up, Jordy? How you doing? This build is pretty fun. No, it's not the Bone Shatter one. The Bone Shatter one's kind of fun. Corrupting Cry Warbringer is really fun. Like, it's a little, like, meh, because you're just spamming the shout. But it means that you can concentrate on, like, every other part of the game instead. And this was the easiest it's ever been for me. This was the easiest build I've had by far. I don't know. I'd say it's worth a shot. What you kind of want to do, like, I don't know if you have that, like, the lightning staff, right? Like the pillar of something staff that allows you to, like, as you stack strength, it stacks damage, and as you stack dexterity, it stacks attack speed. Do that for leveling. And then once you get to, like, 35 or, like, level 41 is the place to actually, like, switch to this build. Super good. So yeah, like maybe start out Bone Shatter Warbringer, because this build doesn't get good until level 41, but getting to level 41 is pretty quick. Like it's actually like really fast. And if you're not having fun like leveling solo, just join a group and power level real quick and you're good to go. But yeah, this build is fun. I like this build quite a bit. It's a little too OP. I'm going to bet that it gets nerfed eventually, but something to try. Totally up to you. Yeah, no worries. And if you want to like group up together, like, you know, my gaming stream, right? I'm happy to like level up another tune. I've got like a Gemling Legionnaire at like level 20-ish. I've got a monk at level like 8. So I could join in pretty much wherever you're at. I could even just bring one of my higher level characters. I don't want to like steamroll though, because then that becomes way less fun. And yeah, I'm waiting for like the new classes, because the new classes could be cool too. Right? Is there a class you're looking forward to? Yeah, I'm happy to group up with anyone that wants to play some PoE2. I'm currently like hooked on that. I just unlocked the shield. Like it's actually super cheap now. It with only 2 slots. If you want a third like gem slot, the shield gets expensive. But the one that actually allows you to do like 600% the value of socketed gems. Yeah, I threw one of the rarity find gems on it. I'm just saving up for the second one. And it'll be like a plus 100% rarity find shield that I can pass from character to character as I need. So yeah, I'll start using that to like level up other characters just for fun. I feel like they changed up some of the numbers, because I got my first ever divine yesterday, and I've gotten 3 total so far, which is crazy. I got one of them like solo. But yeah, druid is one. There's like a knifey, like stabby, like assassin one. There's a couple others coming that I think will be cool. Like, basically, we have 6 right now, and there's 6 more coming. I think it's a total of 12. But yeah, how's it going, Guy Ross, Mr. Sir? But yeah, Druid could be cool. Yeah, one of my close friends is looking forward to Druid quite a bit. So yeah, I would like to... Like, I have one of every character at the moment. Some are more fun than others. I only have 3 to the end game. What are we hacking on tonight? We're building out our, okay, you can't see it right now because we got some bug. Let me just save. I think we'd be good. All right. So we're building out, like, the settings page. Right now we got, like, the branding section, which will have its own, like, save button. And then below that, there will be another section for, like, user management. And we haven't done anything for, like, spacing or, like, fine-tuning the styling. We're just currently just hacking at stuff. Yeah, I think there's a slight bit of UI inconsistency that I'll want to fix eventually, but for now, I think we're good. All right, so we do something like that. All right, let me look at some of the other table stuff we've done, and let me pour another one of these. Yeah, we're chilling, we're chatting. Yeah, it's way past when any coworker is going to respond. They don't work async like I do. Wait, what's up, Saber? What do you mean specifically? Yeah, so I'm basically having to wear the hat of the designer because I can't afford to pay a designer. And I've at least worked with enough designers that I kind of understand how they think a little bit, right? The best designers have an idea for consistency across the app. And the worst designers look at every single page as a unique snowflake. The best designers I've ever worked with, we just establish a design system, and then their designs embody that design system. The worst designers will help you set up a design system and then ignore that design system and have like bespoke spacing on all sorts of pages. Like, yeah, bespoke font sizes, bespoke like all sorts of stuff. Because it looks aesthetically better. But it doesn't, because the inconsistency actually breaks so much about like user assumptions. So the best designers actually care about UX more than they care about visual aesthetics. And if you care about UX, you actually have a better visual aesthetic in general because it's consistent from page to page. As a career front-end dev, I am working hand in hand with the designer almost all the time. I've worked with really good ones. I've worked with really bad ones. Last job I had, right, at Fairwinds, awesome designer, like really good. Like not just because like they were my boss, they were like open to feedback and like trying to make everything as consistent as possible. Like let's establish a design system. Like, I don't know. I really liked my previous boss. I really liked the designer that we had when I worked at the insurance company. When I worked at the agency, it was hit or miss based on the designers we got. We ended up hiring a lot of like print-focused designers. And that gets trickier. Right? Someone who can design a really nice like brochure isn't necessarily a good designer of a website. They may have a good like eye for aesthetics, but it doesn't mean that they're capable of establishing patterns for success. And most of web dev is actually pattern-based, right? Like, how big should the font be as the main title on a specific page? If that changes from page to page, you've got a bad designer on your hand. And they'll come up with all sorts of bullshit reasons why it should be different. It's just not good. That's all. All right, so the table we got there, hold on. Let me go look at the existing table stuff we got. And man, I can definitely notice that me and Acorn massively overlap on our audience. I see a dip when Acorn goes live. I get it. It's fine. It's not a big deal. All right, so we want to do like the... Now, I get it, Foxterm. It's fine. Like, Acorn has a fantastic stream, so... Yeah, if you end up leaving, you end up leaving. I get it. So yeah, we want to use the table. Let me double check some Mantine docs for tables. It really is a community. You got both of us on. I get it. It's fine. And based upon the one you have focused at the moment, Twitch will decide where that view goes. And again, it's fine. It's a community. You keep my stream up while you're working. Oh, I appreciate that, Catronis. Yeah, like, I think I make a really good background noise stream. You don't have to actually chat and acknowledge every statement I make. But every once in a while, when you're like letting something compile or doing some BS, you can hop over and chat and join in, and you're good to go. It's like a podcast, but it's new every day ish. I do repeat myself a fair bit. If you've heard some of my stories, you will hear them again. Right? Like my dad in the 800 system. Some of the jobs I've worked, like all that stuff. So yeah, you're right. It could be a bit of a broken record. But, meh, I think it's fine. Let me get more music going, though. All right, where the hell is table? All right, there's table. Ooh, so I notice actually that I might want to actually refactor my table wrapper. Because they have the like table element, but then I'm using like T-head TR. I think it ends up working due to how like Mantine's like initial CSS file works. But I think we're seeing that I should be doing stuff like this instead. I'm good on it for now. We'll just make it work over here on this page. So yeah, this becomes table. They even capitalize the T for T-head, T-body, etc. All right, so then Okay, that's not bad. Oh, God. All right, so we end up getting a button there. Our actual button is wrong. That should just be a capital button. All right, so username, email, role, actions. And yeah, because we don't have the concept of a profile yet. All right, so what we want to do is right, we bring in that. All right, so if we have a business ID, we fetch the business users and we set it. Sure, yep. Business service should be good there. That function doesn't exist though, and it should. So yeah, that's something we're gonna have to fix here soon. All right, so we'll call this new business users. Hmm. All right, so we'll call that good, right? We want to fetch the business users, and I don't think we have all of them yet. Oh no, we broke something. All right, so a 404 there should not be that big of a deal, but let's go look at what our back end looks like. Where are we getting business users from? Like, how are we even querying for that? Yeah, we just don't have like a user's set of endpoints over there in business. So hold on. If we look at users, we just have a get and an update. All right. So we're actually lacking an endpoint for fetching business users. Okay. Okay, I think that's actually the move right there. So yeah, we need to scaffold out these 4 new endpoints. Yeah, that's all there is to it. So let me go use the restroom. It's only 6 p.m. I got at least an hour in me. I feel like we could scaffold these endpoints at the bare minimum. And then, yeah, that like user management table at the bottom of that page. Then we can build out the UI more. Yeah, the UI needs some work. So let me go use the restroom real quick. BRB. I've got plenty of water for now. But let me go pee. BRB. Alrighty, and I'm back. So yeah, how is everyone's... Today's Monday, right? How's everyone's Monday going? The fact that I had to double check what day of the month it was, or day of the week. Also, what day of the month is it? Just having fun. But yeah, like, how's everyone's Monday? What y'all up to? Coding a coloring app for kindergartners. Oh, super cool. Yeah, how are you building that? I'm curious. I can think about like how to do it with some web tech, like, you know, Canvas and some of that junk. I'm curious about your approach. Oh no, I've heard of Hacks. No, Hacks isn't that obscure. I've never used it myself though. I do try and like fiddle with new languages as I can. But yeah, Hacks is one I haven't done. Zig is probably higher on my list. Nah, Hex seems cool. I've been curious about it for a long time, but I've never found like a case where I felt like it was necessary. I've done some like mobile stuff with Lua, and then other than that, I tend to pick like web technologies. All right, so Feathers is a Hex specific framework, then, right? Yeah, I've never heard of it. Damn, that dude's mutton chops are fucking legit. Mutton chop envy? A little bit of mutton chop envy. I'll never be able to do it. I could get to 100 years old and still not be able to do like a proper set of mutton chops. It's fine. Whatever. But no, it seems interesting. Yeah, so Hex is like a React Native style thing, but it existed way before React Native, right? And because Hex is actually meant for like gaming, it's like way more performant than a React Native version of such a thing would be as well, right? I think that's the core thing there. So yeah, no, it seems cool. Yeah, thank you for sharing. All right, creating a new business user. All right, so hold on. We have the idea of what a business user actually is. Yeah, adding a business user is actually like a really deep rabbit hole because we end up needing to handle like the invite flow for someone that's like not an actual user. So that becomes way tougher. But it's something we have to do. So, yeah, we can't put it off. And it's not even worth like punting. Like it's a thing that we should do in the moment. I'm almost positive we do have the idea of a business users table and all that though. Wait, so the idea of a business user should actually be down in our types library. Right? We see business user. And business user is just the business ID, the user ID, and the role that we have assigned to these. I almost need to start like listing out what makes one role versus another. And instead, like eventually, maybe we just have it be like a list of checkboxes that you can say, like, this user has these things. I think for the MVP, we can actually satisfy on just a role. And then as we get feedback that we should do more than just a single role, that's where we got to like do that stuff. The big thing about that is like, man, eventually I'd love to do something like Zanzibar based for permissions. Sorry for the yawn. I'm thinking I'd rather implement Zanzibar into a smaller throwaway project in case I blow it up and break it. So the product we use to dog food, Waltr, is the one that I probably want to get Zanzibar in first. And then I can establish a pattern for usage that makes sense to me. So if you're not familiar with what Zanzibar is basically how Google manages permissions for their globally distributed database. Right? For Spanner, which is the name of like their like globally distributed database itself. So Zanzibar is an auth system. Now, Auth0 and Okta are maintaining this website, but they don't own Zanzibar. They don't they nailed it on the SEO for this. And the idea is just simply permissions ends up being a linked list of things that tell you what you have access to. So here, this is like a very simple version, right? Like here in your Google Drive, you see a document, and then you have specific people tagged as owner, editor, viewer. So as you go through the list, you can like determine what someone's like actual like role is, but it's like a distributed system for this rather than centralized to 1 DB. Now, I would still be doing it as like the 1 DB approach, but I believe Zanzibar is the future of permissions management, right? Like Google Cloud, Google Drive, and even YouTube are all using Zanzibar under the hood, right? Or Google's internal version of it to manage this stuff. Not gonna lie, I interviewed at a company that is trying to do Zanzibar as a service, and I think it's fucking brilliant. I think it's really smart of them. The fact that I haven't seen anything from them in any significant way means, like, even if they did hire a DevRel, they're not doing their job. Right? Like, even if they have a DevRel, that DevRel is not doing their job. So yeah, they're not currently hiring for a DevRel. They should be, because whoever it is, whether there's someone there or not, they're not doing their job. Exactly, Foxterm, 1000%. I completely agree. There's just so much that goes into this stuff that is just really hard to wrap your head around. And having a distributed system for it is really the way to go. So yeah, I did interview for these guys at one point. I feel like it was Josh, but I don't know. Cancel, don't sign me in. No. I do think it was Josh who was like part of the interview process. I think I interviewed with these guys. I think these are really like old photos for them though. Which is fine. Like, I got old photos on all sorts of social media too. I think I actually interviewed with Jimmy here. But this looks like a much older photo of him. And this dude, like, are you kidding me? He looks like he's 15 in this photo. When I'm almost positive, like, the guy giving like these like conference talks and all that stuff about it, nah, man, that dude's like in his 30s or something, you know? Like, maybe not. Maybe he's only in his 20s, but he looks like he's in his 30s because running a startup ages you. I get it. It's a company of 24 people. So it's still very much just a startup. But I think, right? And no, like all these guys are Core OS people. Yep, 100%. These are the same people. Okay, no, he definitely just has like 13 going on 30 kind of vibes. Right? If we look at that photo. Hold on. Come on. Let's zoom in. Yeah, this photo's from when he was like 18, though. Like, come on. But also, he doesn't age that quickly. So yeah, he'll be having that like 13 going on 30 vibe for years. So I get that. That's not his fault. Can we recognize that the video this was recorded with is using interlacing? Why would modern video use interlacing? No modern video should be using interlacing. If you're not aware of what I mean, hold on. Can I zoom in on it? Yeah, right? Interlacing is a thing from fucking 30 years ago or longer, in which, yeah, the frame rates were really not that high, and like it was easier to just like make the motion smoothing happen at like the frame level. Pretty much nothing should be doing interlacing anymore in like a modern video stack. Like nobody should be doing interlacing for video like this. When was this video recorded? 8 months ago? Are you fucking kidding me? Someone doesn't know video settings. There's no reason for interlacing these days, in my opinion. I'm sure there's some like broadcast nerd that's like, well, technically, meh. You might be right. And I'm sorry for using that voice to describe you. If you think interlacing is still important, I would love to hear your critique. I apologize for already pigeonholing you based on that term. Video settings are difficult. I totally agree. Now, can we recognize? Hold up. Let's just look one more time. It's a channel with 161 subs. So yeah, they're still figuring out video. 8 months ago, they had 110 views. Holy shit. Okay. I get it, I think. I guess. Maybe. They're just catching their stride. Obviously, it's a new channel. It should have been de-interlaced at the post-production level. Whether Jake sent video that was interlaced, you should be de-interlacing that video at production time. But yeah, I'm a bit of a video nerd while also not giving a shit. So, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. The craziest part to me is the host barely even has like consistent framing from video to video. It's a little bit of overthinking, but also like, come on, man, this shit's actually kind of important. Do most viewers notice? No. But do they actually care? They kind of do. Right? Viewers care about more things than they would consciously be able to tell you about. That's something I think not a lot of video creators recognize. Like, fuck it. We can just do it quick and dirty and who cares? Your viewers care. They just wouldn't be able to tell you that they care because they don't notice. All they notice is they didn't like the video and they click away. I would say this person has a problem with their thumbnails as well. They're basically putting zero effort into their thumbnails. Like, this thumbnail never should have flown. Come on, man. You can do better. They put way more effort into their logo than they did any of their thumbnails. They're putting more effort into their title than they're putting into their thumbnails. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like there could be like a business in just roasting YouTube channels. And if we were to look at mine, yeah, there's a lot to roast. So yeah, my YouTube channel isn't like, oh my God, Yeah, this guy knows what he's doing. No, no, I'm fucking up too. It's the common thread among YouTubers in general. But I at least like try with my thumbnails. Oh, don't worry. I'll open a new one just for you. There you go. Bam. Nailed it. I would say, yeah, they're at least like interesting. Like you'll see it and it might pique your interest. Those ones, definitely not. Yeah. Like someone just fundamentally misunderstands the YouTube like experience. Skycorp home video? Am I getting baited with this one? Oh, and yeah, they don't even have like a theme with their thumbnails, but they're fucking good. Every single one of these thumbnails actually makes me want to like click. Like, so wait, you're saying they record their video and then output it to a VHS and then scan the VHS? Are you saying that's their actual process? If so, that's awesome. Oh my God. That's a level of effort I'll never be able to achieve. I'm so lazy. But I respect it, right? We can respect the game. How I make VHS videos, right? Look at me, like, oh, this is so boring. It's so digital. Ooh, and then, yeah, throw the VHS on it. Ooh, give me more JPEG. I believe this is the video you're talking about, right? But how's it done? 2 words. Chinese sweatshops. So he makes it funny, too. Damn, he makes it feel so nostalgic. Ah, this is solid. This is really well done. Okay. The DVD goes to a DVD player. He could actually not have to do the DVD part. Yeah, we found it. I get it. He's doing S video? I mean, come on, that's cheating. If he's not using the RGB cables or like the, you know, the red, yellow, white cables, like component cables, come on, you cheater. Nah, this is a cool vid. All right. I like what he's done. Into it. He found a niche and like an aesthetic that works for him. I do really think he could employ just a little bit of just post-processing to make it feel like close enough. But the fact that he goes through the effort, it actually shows in like his viewership numbers. So he's killing it. Like, yeah. He knows better than me. Let me just point out, like, my YouTube channel, I don't get shit for views on my actual videos. Like, a couple K, sure. Right? Like, really lazy. No, and like, yeah, to me, like his comedy actually seems like the best part of his stream. Like, he could actually produce his videos any way he wants. As long as he's funny, he's nailing it, right? But if we just look at like my videos, yeah, I care about the thumbnail. Sure. I get decent enough views. Damn, we got 4.4K on the macros one. It's only because I have it as like a recurring thing on this, on this stream, right? If I had released any other video and started promoting that, yeah, those views wouldn't be where they're at. So keep that in mind. Can we recognize, just looking at that last dude that did the podcasty, like chatting with the auth-zed guy? A little bit of effort goes a long way. Like, I don't have a single, like, proper video, even in, like, the realm of that dude's. Which is interesting. Like, this one, sure, but it's like a 4-hour video, 2.5-hour video. Like, I wouldn't click this video, personally. But I'm a big fan of Jay Larkey, and the company he was working for, yeah, we were talking about their, like, B2B SaaS kit thing. I just need to make more videos, honestly. I should just do that. That'd be way better. I'm slacking. It's like this dude smokes weed or something. I don't get it. But yeah, anyway. If you have a YouTube channel you're trying to hype, you should totally be streaming. It's a cheat code. It really is. It really is. Oh my God. Streaming and being able to like be live every day to show new viewers like a video you made, they'll click it. They totally will. Yeah, streamers actually have a cheat code for like YouTube stuff. It's not like I'm even big time, but man, if I had just published those videos without streaming, I'd have less than 100 views for sure, right? We all know that, right? I'll admit it. I'm okay with it. Foxterm, are you specifically trying to not name Pirate Software for some reason? Because, yeah, that's how he got big specifically. Like, yeah, no, he hacked the fucking YouTube short algorithm. Like, yeah. He's literally only famous because of that. It's definitely not his interactions with other people that made it happen. Because I think at least you and I have seen some of those clips and like, holy shit. Yeah, the part where he's like, whoever pulled that person is banned. And then 15 minutes later, someone pulls up the clip and he's the person that pulled that thing. And then the backtracking ensued. Well, obviously, no, it's not who pulled it. It's about like the cause of the pull happening, like blah, blah, blah. I'd like to at least think I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong. And that's way more humanizing. I'm wrong all the time. That's a statement you will never hear from Pirate Software. Right? Like, or I've never heard it. But I don't watch his stream enough, so I don't know. You'll never see me pretend to beat a game without looking it up. And I don't know him. I've never met him, never chatted. He's never rated. We've never, like, rated him, like, because I'm not a game dev. But man, some of the stuff that has surfaced over the drama is fucking hilarious. Meanwhile, I got my own drama. I'm a jerk. That's a big difference, right? I'll admit I'm a jerk. Will he admit to looking stuff up when he totally did, but he denied it? No, because his entire, like, persona is predicated on that. But anyway, we can move on. No big deal. Bunch of bullshit gaming drama that doesn't matter. He should actually end up getting, like, residuals, in my opinion, from the people that made content off of his midlife crisis. Like, that's the wrong way to phrase it, but pretty close, right? In my opinion, that entire, like, OnlyFans thing is meant for drama and content. What there should be is a bunch of, like, profit share from the drama, from the content. So he should have gotten paid. He should have gotten paid from the drama, because that's the entire point of OnlyFans. If it was just about people being really good at the game and everything went smoothly and everything was fine, that would be some shit content. The drama is what makes that shit actually content. And he should be getting some residuals from the hate trains. More so about people being terrible at the game. Okay, touche. Yeah, maybe I misunderstand. I don't know. I don't play WoW. I don't actually find it a fun game. I find it actually a miserable experience. So yeah, I don't get WoW, personally. Is actually the fun seeing people die? So, like, hardcore WoW is basically NASCAR. You're not showing up to see people just race in a circle. You're showing up to see people crash and die horrifically. Okay. All right. I think I get it a little bit now. I don't watch NASCAR either, but that's the appeal. You're not there to see people succeed. You're there for, like, being part of the moment when they fail. You want to smell that burning rubber. I get it. Okay. That makes way more sense to me at this point. I had not actually put that together. So, touche. Yeah. Hardcore WoW is basically NASCAR. No one is there to see you succeed. All right, hold on. This is a... Now, this is the thing. I think we're onto something here. Like, I know I'm fucking, like, shadow banned on Twitter. I'm going to post anyway, because fuck them. I don't think it needs to go to LinkedIn, though. I should have capitalized WoW, but fuck it, whatever. I believe the algorithms actually reward people for spelling stuff wrong and like not capitalizing and not using punctuation. So whatever. Yeah. That was me like optimizing for the algorithm, and not me totally making a typo. All right. No, that's science. I get it. We get it. Ah, shit. Hold on. I think I fucked up. Businesses, users create. Businesses, users update. The big one. Ooh, like Dale Earnhardt style, right? Senior. All right, no, we got to create endpoint. Well, oh, okay, shit. What did I miss? Oh, no, okay, yeah, we just didn't commit what we had there. No, that one's fine. Oh, the path for this is, shit, users slash... user ID. What is the arc thing? So architect is what we're using. So architect is a wrapper around AWS Lambda, API Gateway, DynamoDB, SQS, and a bunch of other stuff, right? Even like scheduled events, like cron job style things can be done with architect. It's what allows me to basically like, just write the code and not care about the actual deployment of the code. Architect handles deployment for me, and I don't deal with it or care about it. I write the code as I care. It's really cool. I would say one problem with Architect is the main creators are like anti-TypeScript, so a lot of their stuff is just pure JS focused. So I've had to build my own bullshit on top of Architect. Like, I also had to build my own bullshit for like my own middleware and my own DynamoDB wrapper and my own way of building out an open API schema, etc. Like, I have enough of like boilerplate over top of Architect that it's the main reason I haven't moved on from Architect. I could probably use SST or any other major like abstraction over like Lambda and all that stuff. But I already built my own meta framework over Architect, and to migrate from that is just not worth it yet. Because Architect still works. Even if it is abandonware at this point, it still works. The moment it stops working, well then, yeah, I got a problem and I got to solve it, right? Have any updates from them broke my stuff? I'm still on an older version of it, so no. Has any updates to the AWS API changed anything? No, because AWS is massively backwards compatible, like to a fault. So I'll be able to use the version of Architect I'm on for ages. I could probably upgrade and see what happens, right? Like fuck around and find out. And if I find out, I just revert. Like no problem. But I'm not even at the point where I care. Like I just don't give a shit. It works. It does what I need. It still deploys and does all that bullshit. I still get local dev and all those things. Like, yeah, there's no reason for me to actually care about the latest and greatest. And I actually really do enjoy that about my wrapper over Architect. AEM Maven. I've never touched Adobe Experience Manager. Just based on the name, I would say no. Oh, there are absolutely people that are anti-TypeScript. Shit. Hold on. There's a streamer, InstaFluff. Are you familiar with the streamer InstaFluff? He worked on a team at Amazon that was also anti-TypeScript. So much so that he, at least last time I checked, still doesn't write TypeScript. But he also hasn't streamed in like a year or two at this point. He's one of the OGs, like OG triple. You ever seen Drop Game? Hold on, do we have Drop Game going? So hold on, I have it somewhere. There you go. Are you familiar with Drop Game? The Drop Game is InstaFluffs. Right? Get your drops in. Just do exclamation point drop. It's so easy. Just do it. Come on, all y'all. Do it out there so we can prove this thing out. Yeah, just do it. Right? It's so easy. Just do a drop. Fuck it. Woo! Woo! Oh my God, Den Wallace, the ringer. The ringer. Oh my God. How dare you? You jerk. I'm kidding. Like, you landed, like, if you can see it, over in the corner, like, oh, sorry, other direction. Way down there, over in the other corner. You landed on the iceberg with 87.99 points, and not a single other person has even landed on the iceberg. Come on, team. Come on, rest of chat. Just do the drop. Beginner's luck. No big deal. Uh-huh. Wink. Yeah, sure. Mm-hmm. No one believes the ringer. You can only do the one. But yeah, dude, Den, you nailed it. Good job. All right, leave some for us plebs, obviously. Anyone else, feel free. Do the drop. As you see fit. Not a big deal. You can only do one. You're 2 for 2. There you go. Wait, was it like an impromptu, like, hey, we need to chat, hop on this call, and you didn't get fired from that call? I believe you're the chosen one. You are the chosen one. Okay, Neo. Whatever you have to say, sure, right? He is the one. I get it. All right. Touche. No big deal. But also questionable. "20 minutes notice with your CEO? And you still have a job?" Huh. All right. They're just waiting till Friday. Right? It's like the movie Office Space. Like, oh no, we've actually like run studies, and like you don't cut someone until a Friday. Like they're happy, it's a Friday, like, you know, you never do it on a Monday. So Dan, I would start applying to a bunch of other jobs right now. Get some irons in the fire. Right? This is an Office Space moment. Or they met with you and like, oh, he's a real straight shooter, has upper management written all over him. Yeah, I just read your statement. They're firing the rest of your team. So you're going to maintain that project solo now. I could be wrong. But you know what? It doesn't hurt. Stick another iron in the fire. Den could land on the iceberg in one try. He can handle the project by himself. Obviously. Yeah. Your CEO is watching stream right now. I would definitely say Spidey sense it's tingling. Like, your Spidey sense should be tingling. And you should be sending, like, resumes out right now. Just in case, like, you don't have to take a job you apply to. It's not a contract, okay? You should definitely be doing that. All right, we are at a late enough period in the stream in which, like, yeah, we've done a little bit of our back end BS. We have to. This is the page we actually need to be concerned with, and we haven't even built out like the schemas and all that. This is a good point to jump back in tomorrow. It's 7 p.m. where I'm at right now. Like, I kind of want to play some games and maybe get some sleep so I can wake up at a reasonable hour tomorrow and keep the job I currently have too. Oh, Den, that's what they're counting on, man. Yeah, no, you should definitely, like, interviewing is free. It only costs you time, and the benefit massively outweighs the cost. Because what if you could get a 1.5x of your current salary for doing basically the same job? Why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you do that? Exactly, Catrones. But if you have a job, it's so much easier to do it. Like, well, you didn't get it. Fuck it. You still got a job. It's when you're desperate for a job, they can smell that. It smells like desperation. You don't want to be in the desperation boat. They can smell that. Yeah, needing a job is a really bad situation to be in. Simply wanting to upgrade, you know? The moment you get a girlfriend, that's when all of a sudden you're getting way more attention than you should get normally, right? That's just how that works. That's science. I'm sure there's like a formula for it and everything. The moment you have a girlfriend, there's people knocking at the door. Any format besides leak code style interviews? Be prepared with the, if you want to be a senior dev, how you resolved conflicts within a team, right? Those types of like, depending on like where you're at in your career, if you're interviewing for senior roles, how do you resolve a conflict within your team? Like a bunch of those like soft skills are actually really important for seniors, as well as like tech lead type bullshit. And even beyond, like staff and principal, like same idea. Like, how have you resolved conflicts between teams? How have you resolved conflicts in any context that matters towards the job you're applying for? That's fine. Like, no, I'm just saying, like, you're at the point where you're applying for mid to senior level roles. You're going to need to have an answer, or at least one, like, when was the time? Well, hold on, real quick. Dan, just because you're senior at one company doesn't mean you're senior at another. Title inflation is a thing. A lot of companies will happily make you senior rather than give you the pay bump that you actually deserve. So yeah, like just because you're senior at one company doesn't mean you're senior at another. And be fully willing to take a title downgrade for a pay bump. Totally be okay with that. Apply for mid-level roles at bigger companies for a better salary with less responsibility. You just hit the jackpot. So yeah, don't relegate yourself to only senior roles. Sometimes you can get that magical, less responsibility but higher salary role. Yeah. Title inflation is actually a major thing. A lot of companies do it. I said it earlier. I worked with a dev who's a great dev. He's a really cool dude. I'd love to work with him again. Who was given a senior title within 2 years of working at the company. I can almost immediately recognize they gave him that rather than give him like a salary bump. Or the salary bump they gave him was basically just meeting inflation. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Title is meaningless. Fucking worthless. Who gives a shit? title is a meaningless metric. Calling yourself senior is totally doable in a small pond. A senior in a small pond is a mid-level dev in a larger pond. I fucked up that quote, but you know what I mean. Don't cling to your title. That's all. Yeah. Sorry. Anyway, we should go raid someone. It's 7 p.m. I want to eat some food. I want to play some games. And we'll come back to the problems we're solving today, which is we got a bunch of back-end stuff to do for, like, user management and all that. So, yeah, like, we don't need to dwell on it. We don't need to chill longer. We've also got lower viewership numbers than I would like, but I blame Acorn. How dare she stream during the same time I stream? But no, honestly, like, yeah, we should probably just go raid Acorn. I don't get enough chances to raid Acorn, and Acorn raids here all the time. So, yeah, we owe Acorn, so we'll just do that. Oh, someone did the drop game. All right, so we'll go raid Acorn. I will just say, like, come on. Oh, I'm doing that from their stream. That would have been weird. I get it. They have a great stream. I just wish the ratio were a little bit better. I get it. I see no good Nick over there. He's leaving his lurk there more than here. I get it. Twitch is going to pick one. But no, it's fine. I'm okay with it. I get it. There are better streams. Now, I don't do the raid message thing. Like, you guys go hang out over there and be cool. I don't know. Yeah, no, I don't do the raid message thing. I don't give a shit. I stream 5 days a week. Like, having to come up with a raid message every single day? Fuck that. Hell no. But no, I get it. Thank you, Foxterm. I appreciate it. And yes, I know there are people here who are hardcore viewers, and that's why I'm only sitting at 40, or why I'm even sitting at 40, when realistically, it'd be way less. Because there's other people. Yeah, CM Griffin. I don't give a shit. Whatever. Yeah, I get it. But yeah, anyway...